What if being a loser wasn't a flaw but a form of resistance? In this video, you'll discover how Taoist philosophy dismantles society's obsession with success and reclaims the calm of those who step out of the game. Stay until the end to understand why not aspiring for more might be your greatest act of freedom. It's okay to be a loser. In an era where every second counts, where everything you do must translate into visible results, accumulating failures becomes a silent sentence. Society doesn't say it out loud, but it screams it through its gestures. If you don't produce, you don't matter. If you don't compete, you don't exist. Being a loser today isn't just about having failed. It's about daring to walk away from the compulsory direction of success. It's an act of disobedience in a world obsessed with winning. Taoism, in its rawest form, exposes the trap. The sages who walked nameless and without merit understood something modern people cannot tolerate, that the value of a life cannot be measured by performance. That peace lives exactly where the system insists there's nothing. In the Li Tzu, the philosopher Yang Chu made it clear, wealth and fame are fragile pleasures, fleeting temptations. They may be useful, yes, but their pursuit sickens the mind. And when the mind gets sick, everything else loses meaning. Accumulating achievements drains vital energy. It's not just physical effort, it's constant tension, emotional vigilance. Reputation, that modern totem, doesn't belong to you. It depends on others, the moods and judgments of crowds who don't know your story, your sleepless nights, your silent sacrifices. And yet, every day we are pushed to defend that false prestige, as if our dignity depended on it. The cult of ambition has hijacked the meaning of life. It's been imposed as a moral duty. If you don't want more, if you don't compete, if you refuse to climb, you're treated as a flaw in the system. Lack of ambition is now a sin. They call you lazy, complacent, mediocre. But what they don't say is how much it costs to meet that artificial standard. What they don't say is that behind every winner lies anxiety, loneliness, and fear. The story of Eust and Iris, real people who simply chose not to strive for more than necessary, shows how dangerous lack of ambition has become. In this system, it's treated like a crime. They're seen as if they were rejecting their own humanity, as if living with just enough were an offense against evolution. But what they're doing is far harder, staying true to themselves, resisting the urge to sell their peace for an approval that never comes. Marion Donner says it perfectly. We live in a culture that demands self-improvement at all times, in every aspect. It's no longer enough to work. You must become the best version of yourself, even when you don't know who you are. An endless race that only ends in exhaustion. This constant demand for self-betterment doesn't come from a genuine desire to grow, but from deep social pressure. It's not enough to do your job. You must do it passionately. Reinvent yourself. Train. Stand out. Improvement is no longer a choice. It's an order. And if you refuse, you're expelled from the story. You become that uncomfortable figure, the one who won't play. The loser. The one who leaves the board, not out of cowardice, but out of clarity. Society has replaced old sins with new ones. It's no longer lust or anger, it's lack of success. The loser is the new heretic. And like all heretics, they're marginalized, silenced, or ridiculed. The phrase low value, now used as if it were a diagnosis, is just another symptom of the contempt for those who don't fit into the logic of merit and visibility, as if those who fail to climb somehow lose their right to exist with dignity. Taoist philosophy, free from romanticism or dogma, exposes how absurd this is. In the story, effort debates with destiny. The text shows that neither talent nor sacrifice guarantees anything. There are corrupt men who succeed and wise men condemned to obscurity. Fools with power and brilliant minds forgotten. Success isn't proportional to merit. Justice isn't automatic. Things simply happen, and believing that effort alone controls destiny is to ignore the most obvious truth. Life is chaotic, unpredictable, unfair. The culture of extreme effort hides a dangerous lie. If you failed, it's because you didn't try hard enough. That idea destroys the self-esteem of millions, making them feel guilty for things they never controlled. Because not everyone starts from the same place. Not everyone holds the same cards. Not everyone has the same strength, clarity, or support. And yet, everyone is told the same thing. Arrive, compete, win. Being a loser doesn't mean giving up. It often means choosing another path, one less visible, less celebrated, but more your own. Taoism doesn't tell you to avoid action or surrender to chaos. It tells you to stop obsessing over results. That attachment to achievement is a source of suffering. That peace lies not in reaching, but in releasing. Accepting what is beyond your control isn't resignation. It's freedom, the deepest kind. The system's trap is making you believe everything is controllable. That if you plan, strive, and never stop, you'll make it. But that's false. There are people who do everything right, follow every step of the manual, and still end up without recognition, without success, without security. Taoism knew this centuries ago. Destiny doesn't answer to your will. The river doesn't change its course because you panic. Many creators on platforms like YouTube drive themselves mad trying to decode the algorithm. They study, adapt, post constantly, optimize every title and image, and still remain in the shadows. Meanwhile, others, by chance, a viral joke, a lucky moment, achieve everything without expecting it. Believing effort always leads to success is denying the role of luck. It's living in a cruel fantasy that blames the fallen and glorifies the lucky as heroes. From the Taoist perspective, the logic of punishment and reward isn't just wrong, it's toxic. Because it creates false hierarchies, because it turns life into a competition, because it reduces human beings to projects, meant to be perfected or discarded. Those who don't produce are irrelevant. Those who don't shine disappear. And in that model, suffering is guaranteed, even for the so-called winners. Because once success is reached, rest is forbidden. You must maintain it, renew it, defend it. No one escapes. The Liei Tzu doesn't promote passivity or escapism. It's not about doing nothing or hiding in a cave. It's about understanding that your value doesn't depend on what you achieve, that your dignity doesn't live in results, that the obsession with control leads only to anguish, that letting go isn't losing, it's liberation. Accepting destiny doesn't mean surrendering to suffering. It means stopping the fight against ghosts. It means realizing that recognition, fame, wealth, even stability are not guarantees. They're possibilities. They may come or not, and if they don't, it's not a failure. It's just part of life's natural flow. Resisting that truth is useless. Letting go isn't surrender. It's returning to center. It's no longer begging for validation. It's understanding that even if the world calls you a loser, you can still walk in peace. Because that word, without the cultural weight we've given it, means nothing. To stop chasing validation isn't giving up. It's waking up. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, and share which part touched you the most. See you in the next video with more deep reflections.